it at a later date because I very much want every single class in school to watch what we're going to talk about over the next few minutes. So as I say, values assembly, this one is slightly different though, because I'm not going to be talking to you about one specific value, which is what I normally do. I'm going to be talking to you about our brand new set of values, which you should all be a little bit aware of because you were asked to vote on them a little while ago, and I wanted to share the results with you this afternoon. So I'm going to bring up a PowerPoint, which will be on your screens in a moment, because I want to share with you the findings, the results of what we've been voting on. So our values assembly, here we go. These were, you should be able to see on your screen now, the values that we have had for a few years that we've been working with. They've been part of our assemblies, parts of things that we do in lessons, but we felt as a school some of them were a little tricky to remember, and maybe they didn't really match what we were about as a school anymore compared to where we were a few years ago. So in true British values style, democracy value, we had a vote. And I asked staff to think about what values they think best match our school. I asked your parents, and they all voted through email. And your teachers asked you guys too. And putting all of those results together, we have now got, I'm very excited to say, a brand new set of values. So the results are in. Drum roll, please. Here we go. The first one, which was the one which was chosen by parents, our first value is one which actually we already had from our old set, community. And far and away, huge numbers of your parents chose community compared to all the different options that they had, which is really, really lovely that they think of our school as a community just like we do. And your community can be all sorts of different types of things. It could just be your class, your year group, it could be our whole school. We could think bigger than that to our village, our county, our country, or even the world and the global community that we are part of. And that community value is all about working together and being part of a team. So we would be looking for examples of you guys demonstrating that community value. So community, one that we already know and we're quite familiar with. The next one was the one that was actually chosen by you guys, which was adventure. So you were given a choice of, I think, 7 or 8 different values by your class teacher, and you voted in your classes. And just about the most popular one was this one, adventure. And that's all about trying new things, being curious, being inquisitive, exploring new ideas, being brave. You've got to be brave if you want to be an adventurer and go on a journey. So we would be looking for you guys doing things that demonstrate that value of adventure as well. The next value was resilience. Is a word that we use more and more in school, and this was one that was quite popular amongst the staff. They liked community, they liked adventure, and the next most popular one with those guys was things to do with resilience. And resilience, as you should all know from your mental resilience lessons, is all about not giving up. It's about understanding that learning happens best when we make mistakes. And it's about knowing what to do when you get stuck, because we all always get stuck at some point, and it's about knowing not to give up and the things that you can do to overcome that. So we will be looking for you to demonstrate that value of resilience as well. And finally, because we've only got 4 values now, and you'll see why when I do the big reveal afterwards in a moment. Chosen by SLT, the senior leaders, so myself and Mrs. Aldenbury and Mrs. Smith and Miss Taylor and Mr. Worsfold, we really like the idea of excellence being a value and about doing the very best that you can and being successful in all areas of life and producing amazing results no matter who you are and no matter how good you are at something. It's doing something truly excellent that you should be really proud of. And we thought that was really important in school too. So we have 4 values. And actually, if you take the first letter of each of those 4 values, community, adventure, resilience, and excellence, it very handily now spells care, which hopefully means you guys will find our values easier to remember, because the 6 we had before, they didn't spell anything. They were a bit random and they were harder to remember. But these 4 values spell the word care. So it gives us the phrase, at Cuxton we care: community, adventure, resilience and excellence. And this poster is kind of similar to the old one that we had and that you've probably still got up in your classroom right now with the puzzle pieces on. We quite liked it. We wanted to keep that, but as you can see, it's got the new values on it. So those are the new values. Now, this is the really exciting bit that I wanted to share with you guys, because not only are we just going to be putting these posters up in your classrooms to replace the old ones that we had up before, but we're introducing something new that you can earn, something that you can achieve, and something that hopefully you can be really proud of. Now, this was based on an idea by the fantastic Mrs. Martin, who came to me and said, those values that we've got up everywhere, I don't really know how much attention people pay of them. Maybe we could have some badges that people earn for them. And so I discussed that with Mrs. Martineau, and we've come up with this idea all about class values badges. So you can see in the photo there's going to be a laminated poster, just like the picture you saw a moment ago, and it will go up on your classroom door. But you will see on there that the C, A, R, and E from the middle of each puzzle piece are missing, and instead it's been broken down into 10 separate boxes. And there is a very special reason for that, because over those faded puzzle pieces, you will be able to place the badges that your class earn over the next few weeks and months, so that your door will then spell out care to show that you are really fantastic values achievers. And in order to do that, this is how it will work. You can see in my photo there, I've put my initials as an example. And this is what will need to happen. If a member of staff spots someone or a group of children in your class demonstrating one of the values in an incredible way, so a really good example of community or adventure or resilience or excellence, they will put their initials in one of the boxes for that value on your poster. So this could be up on a classroom's door, and I have seen a group of children who have fantastically demonstrated the value of community. So I have gone to their poster and I've put my initials in there to show that I have seen that. Now you can see there are 10 spaces for each value. If all 10 boxes for a value get filled up, you get one of the badges that I showed you on the screen before. So you need to get 10 for each of the values to get your poster completed. Now this is the twist that comes with this, because your own class teachers or TAs or anybody that works in your class, they can't be the people who award you any of those values marks. So for example, in Willow class, it can't be Mr. Brett or Mrs. Wriggle who put their initials on your class poster. It's got to be recognised by somebody outside of your class. So it makes it that little bit harder to achieve, and hopefully that little bit more meaningful. Now, all of the adults I've emailed today in school, they know about this. So every single adult in school is going to be on the lookout for other classes, other children who are demonstrating these values, so that they can come and put their initial on the poster on your door. That's what your poster will look like if you manage to achieve all 4 badges and you reach values class status. So that's what you guys are aiming for, if you manage to get 10 initials in each of those 4 different sections. And a final sort of added extra, I've also put one of the posters on the staff room door, because I thought it'd be quite interesting if, as a staff team, as a group of adults, we had to try and earn those values badges too, which means it's up to you guys to recognise when we are demonstrating community, adventure, resilience, and excellence. And if you think you see an adult, and again, it can't be an adult in your class, it's got to be from a different classroom or around the school. If you see an adult demonstrating those values, you can explain to them, they will take you to that staff room door, and you will put your initials on that poster. And as a staff team, if we manage to get all 10 boxes filled in for one of those sections, we will earn a badge ourselves too. And those badges I will hand out in these Friday values assemblies, and then they will be displayed proudly on your doors to show that you are working really hard on demonstrating those values. So that is the new award scheme that we've got set up in school. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about the new values. I think it's fantastic that everybody has been involved in gathering the ideas that came towards us creating those values. And I'm really excited to see them happening around the school. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to come round after school with these posters today and get them stuck up, which means that when you come into school on Monday, you have that ready to go on your door. I'm very excited to see which class is going to be the first one to get a values badge, whichever one it might be. I've got the full set here. I was very busy cutting them all out over the Easter holidays. And I'm really excited to see which class will be the first one that achieves all 4. Or it might even be the staff team, because I know the staff here are pretty good. And being competitive as I am, I'd really like it to be the staff team. So it's up to you guys to try and beat us in earning those values badges. Right, I hope you are as excited as I am about trying to get those for your class. We will keep our eyes peeled. It will be other adults who are looking at your class, and make sure that when you're around the school, you are demonstrating those values really, really well, really, really obviously, so that they get noticed. I hope you have, as always, a fantastic weekend, Cuxton. I will see you all again on Monday, and stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye, guys.